If you're a guitarist and you love a good practice amp, you might want to take a look at the Positive Grid Spark 2. Welcome back, I'm Tony, and yeah, this is the Spark 2. Of course, we had the Spark 40, which was the original Spark amp, and I remember, let me put this down. I remember when I got my first Spark, it was at the beginning of the pandemic, and I'm on Facebook, and they had all these Facebook ads. I was previously familiar with Positive Grid because I used Bias Effects before. And man, those ads were very enticing. I was like, man, you've got a person to jam with, you've got drums on there, you can pull up just about any song and learn it and play along with it, which used to be when I was young, I had to have my old Fender 10-watt amp, and I had my boombox sitting next to it, and you'd rewind the tape, and a long time ago. See, the advancements with this thing were just, man, I was going, man, I gotta have that. Plus all those tones that you could download and tweak for your own use, man. So I did get that. I've since got the Spark Cab, I've got the Spark Link, and I've even got the Spark Mini. I guess you could say I'm a fan of their stuff. So of course, when I saw the Spark 2 was coming out, I was like, do I really need this? Well, right off the bat, I saw that it has a battery option. It is an optional battery. I did get that. But previously, I had to mod my amp just to be able to use it. And I do have a video on here if you want to see how to mod your Spark 40. And then, of course, all the upgrades that they've done to it. So let's take a look at some of the specs on the website. I'm going to do a quick unboxing. Then we'll go up close with it, run through it, and show you some of the stuff that it can do. Including one of the biggest features on this, the loopers. Now, by the way, all the demo stuff that's in here, I was using this Firefly guitar, which is, I got to tell you, this is the best Firefly guitar that I've gotten so far. I showed an unboxing of it, and I will be doing a review of it. But man, this is a nice guitar. Set up better than any of the other Fireflies I've gotten, and you'll see it sounds really good. It's basically the Firefly Guitar's bucket head tribute guitar. We'll just run through some of this stuff here. It says it's basically everything you've loved about the original Spark turned up to 11. This even has 11 knobs as opposed to 10 knobs. You'll see that real soon here. Advanced sound, a built-in looper, AI features, an incredible tone driven by an all-new speaker design and Sonic IQ computational audio. This is your Spark more than ever. Of course, they have two colors. I got black and pearl. I got the pearl. Now, these are on pre-order right now. If you order now, they're estimated to ship in mid-October. And then once they get through all those pre-orders, you'll be able to just buy it, straight up from in stock. So it has 2 times processing power compared to the old Spark, or I should say the previous version, 25% louder, has a looper with drums, all new HD amp models, AI-powered tone, and a 12-hour battery that's optional. They say forever change your expectations in amplifier tone and performance, powered by a whole new DSP amp modeling engine. Spark 2 features premium angled FR/FR speakers and Sonic IQ computational audio. The result is rich, detailed sound and an incredibly responsive feel that brings your playing to life like never before. And of course, the big news, it's got the loopers. So it's got a built-in looper with drums, the advanced smart groove looper, more than just a simple looper, it's packed with hundreds of hyper-realistic drum tracks. Choose your genre, pick a groove, and go. Build the ultimate jam, layer to your heart's content, and discover new musical possibilities every time you play. That's Spark AI, which I will show you in just a minute. Advanced speaker design. Now here's an image that shows you the 2 premium 4-inch FR/FR horn stereo speakers been precisely angled to deliver wider stereo imaging and a broader frequency response with 2 reflex ports for refined bass. So I've seen some people online saying that they don't like the sound of it compared to the original Sparks. Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Personally, I think it sounds a lot better. Everything sounds more spatial. I can definitely hear that wideness in it. You're probably not going to be able to hear it in the demo that I'm about to do, but in the room, you can definitely hear it. And it is definitely louder compared to the 40. And I've seen some people on the forums and stuff saying, oh, well, I have it set at the same volume on the 40 and this is lower. Well, it actually is, because they've changed or tuned those pots, the attenuators, to be more accurate, and that's going to help when you're using them for effects and settings and things like that, but it also helps for your volume. And Positive Grid gave a whole dissertation on it on Facebook, and I tested it myself, and I agree. So if you were to compare these side by side at the exact same volume, say 2 o'clock on your volume, yes, the 40 might sound louder at that point, but the Spark 2 is going to ultimately be able to be louder. And don't forget, the USB-C port allows you to use Spark 2 as an audio interface. So if you just want to plug this right into your computer and get those sounds right into your DAW, you can do that. Yeah, this video is getting pretty long, so let's get right to that quick unboxing and some demo stuff. Alrighty, here we go, the Spark 2. And this time around, I got the Pearl. Of course, it is a 50-watt smart guitar practice amp and Bluetooth speaker, the smart way to play and jam. And I already know this because I've got the Positive Grid Spark right over there. As a matter of fact, that one you see here, I've got this battery that I did a video on that a lot of people have watched. It basically modifies this into a battery-powered amp, but I already got the Spark battery, so pretty stoked we'll be using this with that. It's a pretty beefy battery. It's pretty heavy. But from what I've seen, it actually looks a little bit smaller than I thought. But that's pretty cool. All right. More Spark than ever. Flip her over. Of course, you got to get your app, and then you connect to the Spark 2. That's what I thought. Power block and cable, and a USB-C cable. Conformity card, and then we've got, is this stickers here? Yep, there's stickers. Pull this out of here. Nothing in there. Let's take this out of here. Now I've got a white Marshall JCM 800 lead 412 cab, and I thought, boy, you know what? I really like that white stuff, so why not get the Pearl this time around? Here's the leather strap. It's red on the inside, white on the outside. This time it feels a lot more sturdy, and it's kind of leathery. I mean, you can see the thickness on this one. On the other one, it was just a little thin leather strap. Nice. I don't know if this is actually lighter or not, but it feels lighter, just picking it up. Now I'm going to read all the instructions and stuff on this battery. What I wanted to see is if there's a place to plug it in. There's no USB that's on the external part of it that you can plug it in. So you're going to have to put this inside the amp and charge it. I haven't read any of the manuals or anything. I've just literally taken this thing out of the box. Let's see. Yeah, this battery door is really on there. It almost takes two hands, but you got like a little lip underneath there. You see that? So you can just grab it and pull that up. There we go. And it's actually got some padding inside of there. The connector pins are right down there at the bottom. So obviously you're going to put the connector down to the bottom like that. All right, so that's in. Put this back on here. And I guess these arrows on the side are to let you know that it's lined up with the little lines that are on there as well. So that's in, locked and loaded. Take the strap on out of here. And it's very much like a guitar strap. There we go. It's some stiff, thick leather, so that's good though. All right. Now once I put that battery in there, it did add a little bit of weight, so keep that in mind. Now, as with any battery operated thing like that, if it's got a rechargeable battery, you want to let that battery charge before you use it. So I'm going to plug her in, let it get charged up, and we'll see how it goes. So right out of the gate, everything looks cleaner and nicer on this version of it. You know, like I said, the Spark 40 was a great amp and still is. One of the things that people did is they did this overlay to make it so you could tell what the knobs were without having to get up and look over there. They've got that on here now. It's not quite as big and obvious as one of those overlays, but it's a nice touch. Previous version had 10 knobs. This has 11. This one goes to 11. Again, here's what was on the original one. And this is what's on the Spark 2. You no longer have a toggle switch, and some people prefer that, but I think for the way that this thing functions, they had to have a button like this. And now you've got controls here for record dub, for play and stop, and for clearing and hold. You can tap your tempo right there, and it's also where you turn on your tuner. So right now I've got the Spark Link plugged into this, and I've got it on battery power. I've found that my condo being built around 1972, sometimes the power in here leaves a little bit to be desired, and we get a lot of noise. I find that I was getting some noise plugged into the wall, but once I started using the battery, noise went away, so that's pretty nice. And the strap on this thing is so much nicer. It's got like a velour lining to it, much thicker, and seems like it's going to be a lot more sturdy. All right, I've turned on the Spark Links. Next thing to do is turn on the amp. Push on that button right there. It's going to come on. Bluetooth is on. We'll open up the Spark app, connect. Just that easy. Okay, so if I hit the tuner, then not only is it working on the amp itself, which it does turn the speaker off, but it's also working on the phone. So that's pretty cool. Then you just hit this again, that goes away, and we're back to audio out of the amp. Now, of course, in the app, you can go to any one of these little effects that are on here. You can turn them on or off. Turn it off. Go back to the amp. And of course you can adjust the things on the amp. Now what I want you to watch is watch the knobs on the actual amp when I start to adjust these. You can't see it quite as good on this one. Let's go to another one. So it's pretty cool. I mean, you get the visual representation on the app and you've got it physically on here. And then if you turn these all the way down, then it basically resets it. Which I think is pretty cool. So there's, you know, some really good presets on here. And also on here now, you've got the 4 presets, but you can also press the button and it will switch to the next bank of presets. And this one's really cool. And because of the way these speakers are positioned, it's sending audio that way and that way. It's got this full-on surround sound too. So yeah, you know, the presets that are already on here are good, but what I've done is I also added one in here. Yeah, here we go, Supermodel. So what I did is I went into the AI and asked it to give me a tone similar to the song Supermodel from Måneskin, and this is what it came up with. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, I was able to download that after I had AI create it for me. I tweaked it just a tiny bit, but it sounds pretty close. Now I tried some of the presets that I saved using my other 2 Spark amps. They came out sounding actually better to me. I don't know if that's because some of these are HD amp models or what the deal is, but they came over just fine, no problem. Now you notice these buttons up here? So you can use these to control your looper, and after you disconnect everything, it will remember the last loop, and I've actually cleared it since the previous one, but let's just go ahead and go right here. And then you've got your, well, this is the simple looper. And you do have to turn your phone audio up, and then you're going to turn your music up as well as your guitar so you can hear. And then once you're ready, you just hit this. And what's great is if you don't like it, you can just hit that and redo it. And then you can just try it again. And then when you're ready to record another one, then you're just going to hit that. You can stop it right there. At any time, if you just want to start all over again, you just hit the trash can, boom. Now you can go right over here to AI, and you can tell it that you want a certain tone. So I'm going to hit this right here and make that go away. Heavy metal tone like Megadeth from Peace Sells, but who's buying? I'm going to search it. And then it comes up with some options for you, and you can just check them out. So you hit that. They're often close, but you want to tweak them. But if you find one that's pretty close to what you're looking for, so, I mean, you know, the possibilities on that are only limited by your imagination and what this AI can do for you. So, pretty cool. Back over here on the music, that was the simple looper. The groove looper, very similar, except for you're going to add some drums. We'll just pick, funk right here. That's fine. And then this right here. Let's see what it sounds like. Okay, yeah, well, let's just retry that. Then I can go into this mixer right here, and I can turn the drums up a little bit, and play it again. Well, I think you get the gist of it. Here's that actual song that I've been working on, done a little bit better. I find it kind of hard to do something on the spur of a moment like that. It takes me a little bit. I got to kind of figure out what all I want to do and everything, but that's the gist of it. If we go in here and we discard that, then you can actually go up here and change all of these settings. So you can change your beats per minute. You can either do a tap or you can turn that. You can keep the ending on there for that drum loop, the loop length, and the time and feel. You can actually go in here and have it shuffle or straight. So I'd say it's pretty full featured for something like this. Now, not to mention you have all this other stuff here. There's, I can look up a song that I want to learn and I can see what the chords are and all that kind of stuff and play along with it. So those are some songs that I've been playing with. And of course you've got a smart jam in here where you can go in here and jam with Jarvis or Dave. Let's just pull up Dave real quick here. So, you can choose different ones and stuff. Yeah, so you've got these different genres you can do and stuff too. So if you're looking for a practice amp, kind of hard to beat it with all of that stuff. Also, there's a little microphone on here now, and you can use that to ask it to do things for you. So, and real quickly, you'll see this little cloud that's over here. I can go here, and these are popular downloads and stuff. So you can go in here and find different tones, download them. It tells you information about it, how many people have loved it, how many people have downloaded it. You can search in there. There are favorites, all the different genres at the top. All right, so this video has already gone on longer than I wanted it to go, so let's just kind of wrap it up here. As far as the battery goes, if you're going to have more than one battery, which you might if you're going to be playing at the beach or, for whatever reason, and I don't have an accurate reading yet on how long that battery lasts, but I've gone 3-4 hours playing and had no problems. Well, that's 3 or 4 hours with a 15-minute break in between, but it'd be nice if there was a USB directly on the battery itself. That way you could plug it in while you're using one of the batteries. You could be plugging the other one in and charging it the way that it is now. You've got to put it into the amp and then plug the amp in order to charge the battery. So, if you want to have 2 batteries, you're going to have to kind of think about that in advance. Charge one, take it out, put the other one in, that type of thing. I mean, they do it on my Ring camera. The battery that I have for the Ring camera has a USB port on it. It'd be nice if these batteries did, and that way you could, stack them up. Also, the looper is very nice. One thing that it doesn't do that I would love for it to be able to do is just save my loops. Like, can I save it to my phone? Can I, that type of thing. Maybe I just want to, I liked the loop and I want to save it so I can put it in my idea bank. So later on I can go back and go, oh yeah, I really like that. I've got a whole folder on my phone of video and audio clips of stuff like, oh, that would be a good idea for later. So unless I'm doing it wrong, I don't think at this point you can actually export your finished loop. I would like to be able to do that. Those are really the only 2 nitpicky things that I could find with this. Dude, listen, it's $300. I have pedals that cost more than that. And the average pedal, if it's a name brand and a good pedal, it's going to cost $100, maybe $150. So you've got all these pedals and everything in this thing, and it's all in one thing. It's a very portable practice amp. And I don't think you're going to be gigging with it, but you could plug it into the Spark cab, and then you might be able to gig with it. But really, the bottom line, it is a really good amp, especially for the price. If I'd had this thing when I was a kid, instead of having my little 10-watt Fender amp and 8 pedals on the ground and trying to, and then with the boombox, trying to rewind the tape and find the spot and play it over again, this would have solved all of the problems that I had. Yeah, there are a lot of choices that are out there right now currently on the website. It's on pre-sale. You can order it now and get it in mid-October, or you can just wait until they're available right around Christmas time. You should be able to get them willy-nilly. It's your favorite website or directly from Positive Grid. I just say willy-nilly. And boy, this thing sounded pretty darn good, didn't it, man? I tell you what. $229. Go check out the video that's popping up right over here, and you can see the unboxing of this, and I should have a review up on this by next week, but I have expensive guitars and I keep picking this one up. That should tell you a lot. Hey, I want to thank you so much for your support here on the channel. Likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, always very important to my channel. So if you like what you see, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a red subscribe button down there and notification bell. Click both of those. You'll get notifications when I upload new videos. If you're so inclined, want to send a couple bucks my way, there is a thanks button right down below this video. You just click it and send it on. It's not inexpensive to run these channels, so every penny counts. Either way, I just really, really appreciate you being here, and I really appreciate your support. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.